And so, okay, so good. The family's doing well. Everybody's very busy.
Kids are good.
This movie, where did you shoot this movie?
We shot the movie in New Orleans and Panama, but the movie's a remake of an Icelandic film that we discovered, fell in love with, got the rights, hired the guy who was the star of the movie to direct our version of the movie, and he did an amazing job. Yeah, but we shot it in New Orleans, and I hadn't been in New Orleans for, I think so, the last time I was in New Orleans, I was like 20 years old. And I was performing with the Funky Bunch at Mardi Gras.
Oh, how did...
It was bananas. I mean, I remember going there and performing, but I don't remember leaving, and I don't remember much after for the next 2 weeks. And it's funny because when I was there shooting, it was happening, Mardi Gras, and the bands, you know, I'm an early bird now. I got 4 kids. I'm not going out to Mardi Gras. There's no fun for me after 9 o'clock, which I prefer anyway. But these bands, like all night long. I couldn't sleep for like 3 days.
You've turned into an old man.
I am. Yeah, and you know what? I love it. Thank God I made it.
We have we're going to premiere the trailer. No one's seen this before. This is the
very first time, yeah.
Well, I guess you don't need to set a trailer up. All we'll say is that it comes out on January 13th, and it's called Contraband. Take a look.
You were the best of the best. But the proudest day of my life was when you turned legit.
We had to dump the package.
When I stop doing runs, you promised me you're gonna stay out of this.
They're gonna kill me.
They're not gonna kill you. I'll give you 2 weeks. Then I'll come asking your wife for it and your kids.
I gotta try to fix this. What are we running?
Currency? 15 million. It's like the size of a Mini Cooper.
Está bueno.
No, it's no bueno.
Say goodbye to your wife.
I'm coming. I'm coming for you.
We're going to war.
Pull the trigger!
You think you're the only guy with a gun?
There you go. That looks good. Very Icelandic.
It's a good one. It's a really good balance of action, but it's a very smart story. You know, it's funny. You have to go to like places like Iceland and, you know, Europe to find these interesting stories and, you know, cool and different ways to tell them. And, you know, this I think this movie's going to surprise a lot of people.
Speaking of interesting stories, tell us a little bit about Nacho before we bring him out here.
Nacho, the first time I met Nacho, we were 13 years old, and he's a character. He's got a high-pitched voice. So we're standing on the corner with me and all my punk friends, and this guy is there. We don't recognize him. So we're like, who the are you? Excuse my language. And he's like, what do you mean? I live right up the street with my mother. And then he starts telling me that he's a kickboxer and all this stuff. So I say, okay, and my friends, I turn around behind him, I run up and I kick him in the back, and we all beat the out of him. You know, and he was much bigger than us then, but then you know what? He just kept coming back, so we loved him.
A beautiful friendship was formed.
And then, of course, you know, he just worked on the last movie. He's got some anger issues, so we had to give him a little break on the last movie. He tried to kill one of our other friends. He ripped the door handle off the car while we were on the highway.
Oh, wow.
Tried to rip him out of the car.
I cannot wait to meet him.
But he's also a very supportive guy. I was on the golf course. Me and him were playing golf, and I had this shot. I'm like, how am I going to hit this? Should I go for the shot, Nacho? It's 230 yards. I got to bend it around the tree, and I got to go over water. He looks at me with the straightest face. He goes, you're Mark Wahlberg. You can do whatever the you want. So I said, you know what? You're right. Give me the 5-wood. And I hit the shot, and I hit it like 4 feet from the flag. I missed the putt, but
wow.
But he's a great guy, and I discovered this talent that he has of extreme eating. And like I told you about it last time, and you know you'll get to see it.
All right. Well, when we come back, Nacho will be here. Mark Wahlberg is movie Contraband opens January 13th. We'll be right back.